Today I want to talk about something that, in my experience, most people suffer from in one way or the other. I call that condition valuer muscle atrophy. What do I mean by that? It means the inability to observe and detect vehicles of meaning and happiness which are your values. It's the inability to see it, to feel it, to observe it, and to detect it. So I want to start with a story to make that point. I want to tell you about Phil. I met Phil in one of my happiness team workshops. He came to the happiness team wanting basically nothing, but he still joined the workshop. He had everything he wanted, but when I asked him, how are you doing? How is it going? He said, honestly, quite miserable, and I don't know why. He was a high-paid software development engineer. He had a fully paid house. He dated occasionally, trying to find the right partner for himself. And while the other happiness team members progressed in mapping their values and turning them into potential pursuits, Phil was really stuck. He said, I don't want anything. I don't know what I want, he kept saying. So I think what we realized over time is that Phil had forgotten how to value. He had lost the capability to identify and observe meaning. This is what I call the value muscle atrophy. By forsaking his passions over and over again and selling for predictable, safe, and sometimes second-handed choices, he had trained his mind to believe that what he loved didn't matter. This is why his mind ignored those things that he valued, and what a lot of us do because of the culture and the environments that are pushing us to conform instead of developing our own individuality. That was also the reason why Phil conformed in everything that he made choices in to the unavoidable consequences of everything in his life tasted bland. He had to go through months of reigniting, rekindling, and retraining his mind to identify, appreciate, reconnect with those things that gave him meaning and made his life worth living. He started working his value or muscle again. And how did he do that? When he and I started working together, the only thing that I could get him to respond to, it was really weird, was the game of Scrabble. His eyes lit up a little whenever he mentioned that seemingly insignificant game. He spoke a little bit faster with a sentiment that one could identify as a hint of excitement. It was subtle, but it's hard, and it was hard to pick up, but all of the members in the room could feel it. He couldn't. He dismissed it by saying, it's just a game, and besides, it's useless because whenever we play online, most of the people cheat and they're using a dictionary, and I don't like that. But still, from Phil's eyes and body language, it was clear that for everybody in the room that there was something about the game of Scrabble that sparked an excitement in him like no other thing. After the team applied some pressure, we convinced him to start a new club for competitive Scrabble in his town. And it was painful, but eventually we got him to advertise a meetup for the following Thursday. And to cut a long story short, only one person showed up over several weeks. That person beat him in the game of Scrabble over and over again, and it drove him crazy. It made him want to improve as a competitive Scrabble player because she was better than him. And that someone is now his girlfriend. And they're continuing to organize and grow a meetup of competitive Scrabble in the place where they live. When reflecting on the origin of the process, Phil realized how much value there is in pursuing things that you're naturally interested in. But we're blind to it and we kind of dismiss it aside. And even if you feel those things are unimportant or trivial, just paying attention to them and what sparks the sense of excitement in you and motivation can lead to wonderful outcomes. Because you're pulling on a thread of meaning. You might not even sense the jolt of excitement, but we can all see it. So if you lost the ability to identify those little responses of something that is curious, attractive, or intriguing to you, try asking people that are close to you what they think attracts you, and you'll be surprised. Phil started getting serious about his emotional responses and build or rebuild his value or muscle that he had as a kid. He changed his job from a software domain that really didn't interest him much to something that really ignited his curiosity, which was space. So with a new position as a space system engineer and a competitive Scrabble player as his girlfriend, his life really started to, in a way, encompass a lot of meaning than ever before. He couldn't see those possibilities because he didn't invest the time and energy to pay attention to those values and interests and to nurture them. So when you poke into the things that you find interesting, meaning oozes out of them. The following exercise that I will recommend will train you and train your mind to identify the values in your life and continually exercise that value or muscle. So pay attention to this exercise. It's really simple. It's called One Good Thing Logger. And it's in my workbook that you can download in my website, talsafani.com. It has 3 questions. The good thing, what was the good thing? The second one is, what does it mean to me? And the third one is, what does it say about me? So all you have to do is every day write at least one entry of something that piqued your interest today. What was the good thing about the day? The interesting, the curious, the exciting, the attractive. And then the second question is, what does it mean to me? In which this is the opportunity to verbalize, what meaning do I see in that thing? If I play tennis, it's like, I want to improve my shot, my forehand, my backhand every time, a little bit more to play more freely. Or if I had a conversation with an employee about an exciting project, what is exciting about this project? Why did it stir something in me? And the third question is really the hardest. Is the question, what does it say about me? It's almost like putting a hat of your own psychologist and saying, if I know that that person loves this thing for that reason, what does it say about them? What do I know about them? And that will give you over time what I call the common denominators, which are your value themes. The things that keep coming up over and over again of the things that I like. I like repetitive sports. I like tennis. I like qualifying in a racing car. I like improving a little bit every time. And I know things about myself in the case of being attracted to ideas and communicating them to people, managing people towards a shared goal and things like that. Those things come up as what I call value themes in my life, which are really the pillars of my value system. So if you do this every day and you write, what was the good thing? What does it mean to me? And what does it say about me? You'll be much better off. Now, there's another tool that I want to offer you. It's called the Happiness Team app. I built it for myself. Just search Happiness Team in both Google or Apple app stores and you'll find it. And it's just a logger, the same as the paper one. It allows you to log good things in your life, including videos and pictures you can take, and of course, writing something, what it means to you. And it rewards you back by sending you a daily reminder of something good that happened in the past. And we're so good in forgetting all the good things in our lives because we have this defense mechanism that really remembers and integrates everything bad that happens so we can protect ourselves, but good things we tend to forget. So it's really a wonderful, virtuous cycle of values. You can see I can click the surprise me button and it will pull up something from the past telling me something wonderful about, I did an amazing workout with a friend of mine, pushed to a new record. So that happened in February 13th, 2024. So all you need to do is to start exercising your value or muscle, a muscle that allows you to see and pay attention to those things, those what I call vehicles of meaning in your life. And then you will be addicted to it. And then all the cynicism, all the bland time where you say, like, nothing's happening in my life will be pushed out with things where you say, I know what I love in work environments. I know what kind of people I enjoy more. I know what kind of health and rejuvenation and recreation activities. And those are the things that excite me. And what I do eventually is I create a map of my values called the Value Galaxy. And from there on, even a map that I call my value map, which allows me to pursue my top values at any given point in time. So exercise your value or muscle. Use either the introspection sheet in my workbook that you can download or download the Happiness Team app and go become a better valuer that identifies those vehicles that allows you to be much, much happier, much more fulfilled and self-expressed. Till the next time, thank you for logging and watching.